उसमें आवाज़ नहीं जाएगी.
So we were talking about the invalidating agents for the prayers. We talked about 10 of those. The 11th and the 12th are remaining. Doubt, 11th one, having a doubt in two rak'at prayers or a doubt in 3 rak'at prayers or a doubt in a 4 rakat prayers about the first 2 rakats. So if you have a doubt in a 2 rakat prayers about the first 2 rakat, obviously 2 rakat prayers only has 2 rakats. So you have a doubt about the raka'at of the 2 rakat prayers. Assalamu alaikum. Or you have a doubt in a 3 rakat prayers only, we have Salat al-Maghrib only. So if you have a doubt about the first 2 rakats of Maghrib or the second and the third rakat of Maghrib, that's the other possible thing. So either you are doubting about, am I praying my first rakat or am I praying my second rakat? So you have doubt, means 50-50, 50%, whether it's first rakat or it's second rakat. Or you have a doubt about the second or the third rakat of Maghrib. Am I praying the second rakat or the third rakat of Maghrib? So that's also included in this ruling. And also if you have a doubt in the 4 rakat prayers like Dhuhr or Asr or Isha, but the doubt is about the first 2 rakats. That means, am I praying the first rakat or the second rakat? So a doubt relating to the first 2 rakats will make the salat batil. So if you have, you can wait for just few seconds to recall. If you can recall in the first few seconds, that's good, because not long enough. If you are waiting long enough, it will be called, fasl, and a gap between the salat. We are not allowed to make a gap between any of the wajib segments of the prayers. So if you wait for, like for example, several minutes, you're just standing there and thinking, obviously it's a gap. Several minutes is a gap. Anyone who looks at you will say, this guy, what is he doing? He's not praying, he's just standing there. So we are not supposed to mess up with the muwalat. Remember, prayers has conditions, and one of those conditions we studied is muwalat, doing things without a gap. Doing the things without a gap, that's called muwalat. So if you put a gap in the middle, you are allowed to think for a few seconds, but not for longer durations. For longer durations, if you start thinking, that's, you are putting a gap. When you are putting a gap, that shart and condition will be gone, your salat will be batil because you put a gap. So you are allowed to think for a few seconds. If you recall it, good. You come out of the doubt, you recall, that is now, I know for sure this is my second rakat. Fine, you recalled it, you now have yaqeen and certitude, you can move forward. The difference between the Shia religion and the rest of the religions is that one of the fundamental difference between us and the rest, our religion is based on yaqeen. Everything of our aqidah, our belief, and everything of our a'mal, our actions, are based on yaqeen. That means 100% certainty. We are not allowed to move forward without having yaqeen. Whereas you find in other faiths, there are people who are following dhann and mazlunat and mawhumat and mashkukat and all those things, and ihtimalat. So in our faith, we don't follow the dhann Inna dhanna la yughni min al-haqqi shay'a. Isn't that right? Dhann or shak or wahm, all three are not hujjat in Islam. They are not authentic. Shak means 50%. Wahm means 1% to 49%. And dhann means 51% to like 99%. Nothing of this is hujjat. We follow yaqeen, which means certitude, certainty. That means 100%. So this is the difference between ours. Everything, if you are shak about the rakat, you are not allowed to move forward. Think for a few seconds. You can remove your shak and doubt, convert it into yaqeen because you recalled it, good, move forward. If you cannot convert it into yaqeen, you are not allowed to move forward. You have shak. Now if the shak is related to the first two rakats, obviously the way I explained, and the first two rakats of the 2 rakat prayer, or first 2 rakats, or second or third rakat of the 3 rakat prayers, which is maghrib only, or the first 2 rakats, shak related to the first 2 rakats of a 4 rakat prayers, which is dhuhr or asr or isha. In all the 3 cases, this doubt is going to make your salat invalid. So if you have a doubt about the 3rd and 4th rakat, suppose you are praying dhuhr prayers or asr prayers, and you are doubting, am I in the 3rd or the 4th? Your salat will not become batil. So which we are going to come to the list of the doubts in Islam, and which doubts are accepted in the sense that we have certain rulings and solutions given for those doubts, what to do and what not to do. And we are coming to that discussion later on, inshallah. But for now, doubting in this pattern is going to make the salat batil. And then so adding the last one that makes the salat batil, adding or removing, not performing. Any of the pillar wajibs, means arkan. We studied that prayers has, the wajibs of the prayers are divided into 2 types, rukn and non-rukn, pillar wajib and the non-pillar wajib. So if you forgot to do a pillar wajib, if you didn't do a pillar wajib intentionally, removing, not performing it intentionally or unintentionally or forgetfully, you just forgot it, nisyanan, or you added one more, you did 1 ruku in a rakat, then you did a 2nd ruku in the rakat, for example. So adding any of the rukn, pillar wajib, or not doing any of the pillar wajib, whether intentionally, amdan means intentionally, or sahwan means unintentionally. Or nisyanan means forgetfully. In all the 3 cases, the salat is batil. So we don't mess up with any pillar wajib of the salat. So for example, you said takbiratul ihram 2 times after the niyyat, Allahu Akbar, then you say Allahu Akbar. Salat is batil. That's why the mujtahideen say, if you, in the beginning of your salat, you say takbiratul ihram 2 times, then you have to say it for the 3rd time. because second time when you say, your salat became batil because you added, isn't it right? You're adding another Allahu Akbar. First Allahu Akbar of the prayers, which we call Takbiratul Ihram, is a pillar wajib. So you cannot add. Allah asked you to do one Allahu Akbar in the beginning of the salat, not two. If you are saying one more time, you are adding it. When you are adding, you said Allahu Akbar 2 times in the beginning after the niyat and intention, your salat became batil. So now you have to say it for the 3rd time to start the salat. If you said it for the 4th time, your prayers will again become batil. Then you have to say it for the 5th time. Is that clear? So adding or not performing any of the pillar wajibs will make the salat batil. Now, well, yes, if you think for a while and then after thinking for a while you end up having yaqeen that this is my first rakat or this is my second rakat, only then you can move forward.
But if you have 99% sure this is your second rakat.
No, we don't do it like this. Although 99 is usually in the hukum of yaqeen, that's itminan, but we should follow our yaqeen. Yeah. So usually it's not like this. Usually it's dhan or shak. Usually in the case, you either have a yaqeen or you are in the middle, 70%, 80%, or you have shak 50%. So one side of the dhan, if you have 70% about this is my second rakat, then first rakat will be obviously 30%. Other side of the dhan is a wahm. So yeah, follow your yaqeen. So this is what is said in the fatwa, that we follow the yaqeen. Yes, please.
What about, because I'm transitioning and I'm still learning it, and I still make mistakes because I follow the sunnah path, and right now I'm trying to pray in the alphabet prayer. Like, when I say غَيْرِ الْمَغْضُوبِ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا الضَّالِّينَ, I sometimes unintentionally say Ameen, and I remind myself not to.
Yeah.
I keep happening.
Yeah.
I've been praying my whole life on that.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, basically, if you say if you say the Ameen, obviously salat becomes batil with that. Now, let me see. If there is a room for yeah, so it's yeah, obviously intentionally saying it will make the salat batil, but whether there is a room for unintentional saying it, I am checking that before I say. Okay, that's number 5 and number 3. So yeah, let me. I think I have to check whether unintentionally makes it batil or not. I have to check and let you know, inshallah, later on. But intentionally saying it obviously makes the salat batil. That was never said by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and it was added later on. Uh, so that's the reason why we consider it to be an addition into the religion and bid'ah. Just like salatu khayrun min al-nawm. Hazrat Umar, he added it because after the victory of Iran, when the Iranian slaves were coming from the war towards Kufa, towards Medina, and basically the slaves, likewise, one of the slaves, he woke him up by saying as-salatu khayrun min an-nawm, and he liked it. And likewise, slaves used to stand like this, so in their way of respecting. So he liked it and he added this. So these are things which were never done by Rasulullah. It's never proven, and so basically anyone who performs these things, then obviously the salat will be batil. And our Sunni brothers don't even deny that it was added by Hazrat Umar. They say, yeah, he added, but he has a right to add because he was the Khalifa. So yes, right. So yeah, that's how they try to prove it every time, even if it's against the Nass of Quran. Like في الصحاح 6 عمر يقول متعتان محللتان كانت على عهد رسول الله أنا أحرمهما وأعاقب عليهما. So Quran says فما استمتعتم به منهن فآتوهن أجورهن. So the ayat of mut'ah is in Quran, and then Umar says أنا أحرمهما against the Nass of Quran, but they say it's okay, because he has a right to do that. So even the Nass of Quran can be changed. This is what we call al-ijtihad fi qibal al-Nass. It's haram in Islam. It's not allowed to do. We do the al-mujtahidun yajtahidun fi qibal zawahir al-Quran wa zawahir al-hadith. لا في قبال نص القرآن. نص هو منصوص وواضح وليس فيه مجال للاجتهاد و presenting your ra'i and opinion. So okay, so this is about the mubtilat, and now so we sorry, I did not pay attention.
So if you're praying and you have 80%,
yeah,
80% sure this is your second rak'ah.
yeah,
You have to, if it's salat is bothered, you break it, then you start a new one.
yeah. See, if you see, the thing is that that's a good question that you raised. So now the thing is that if you are if you can get out of the condition of shak, the shak makes the salat batil. Now the dhan does not make the salat batil. What is mubtil is shak. So if you have the shak, that means 50-50, the salat is batil. If you don't have the shak, you have dhan and the waham on the other side, then you can move forward based on that. So you will continue with the salat. It will not become batil. It's only shak that makes it batil. Let me say it and correct it. It's the shak that makes it batil. So this is about that. Now let's come to the point of the next discussion, which is related to shakkiyat of salat. Did we study shakkiyat of salat here? Ahkam al-shak? No, we did not study. Okay.
We studied after, because we missed the two, those two mu'talat, we missed them. We moved on to situations where it's allowed to break prayers, and there were six of them.
Right. So okay, let's start the shak. So shall I erase this? Where's the eraser? जी शुक्रिया.
Also, about the topic of mu'talat,
हेडिंग भी मिटाई दें, हेडिंग भी मिटा दें. जी, yes.
you say two letters unintentionally, it doesn't void the prayer.
Two letters unintentionally, intentionally. Unintentionally doesn't invite up. You have to do sajdatay as-sahw.
So if you say more than two letters unintentionally, does that void the prayer?
More than two has the same ruling as the two letters. Even two letters, if you say intentionally, salat will be batil.
But more than two unintentionally,
More than two unintentionally will have the same ruling as the two letters.
oh, so
Just like you said a kalima, any kalima you said.
so there's no limit on how many letters you can say in it.
Yeah, two is the minimum. So when this is, there's no, even if you say one kalima, obviously you should remember when you say a kalima, for to talk of a full sentence. Even one kalima, even two letters is not okay to say. So if somebody says one word, kalima means a word, one word unintentionally, that's okay, but he has to do the two sajdas of sahw.
And there's no limit on that too either, right? Like if you say a whole sentence unintentionally.
Yes.
So then, sin, unintention, fall under that ruling then.
Yeah, the thing is that is added as a wajib component. If we say something with the intention that it was being said as a wajib component of the salat, that will be called invention into the religion and bid'at. So saying other kalima, no one says it with the niyat of being a wajib juz and component of the prayers. That's the difference. And also we need to keep in mind about let me mention a few last things about that. Okay, yeah, your reply to your question about Ameen. If a person unintentionally ends up saying it, it's not batil. It's only batil if you say it intentionally. And also, it is makruh. It is makruh to blow over place of sajda. makruh. Turbat, for example, you're praying on a turbat, you're praying on a sand, you're praying on stone, you're praying on grass, anything that belongs to the surface of earth which is not used in eating and dressing up. We can do sajda on any of those things that belongs to sa'id, face of earth, that is not used in eating or dressing up. So leaf of a tree, grass, stone, soil, sand, etc. Brick. So we can do sajda. The most afdal and superior is the turbat of Abi Abdullah al-Husayn alayhi salam, as-sujudu ala turbat Abi Abdullah al-Husayn, turbat al-Husayn, yakhriq al-hujab al-sab'a. It rips apart the 7 curtains. So that's the most superior turbat. So if you're doing the sajda anywhere, in the park, on the grass, on stone, on sand, on turbat of Imam al-Husayn alayhi salam, and before doing sajda, you say, you blow over the turbat to remove the dust, for example. This is makruh. This is makruh if it doesn't make you say 2 letters. Sometimes if you say, so you say fa and wow. Isn't it right? For example, you say, so it's actually, isn't it right? You said the alphabet fa of Arabic and wow and wow and wow. For example, you're not supposed to say it any 2 letters intentionally. You're doing it intentionally. So if you did not say the 2 letters, you just blow the wind. So it's just the wind, then it's makruh. If you said 2 letters, then obviously if you intentionally say it, your salat will become batil. So be careful, don't blow over, because if there's a dust settled on the something, don't blow during the salat.
This is only during the salat, but blowing on the sajda, if you're not praying, it's okay.
Oh,
That's
okay, and you're not praying, that's fine. Okay, likewise, saying any 2 words like oh, oof, you have some pain, something, mosquito is biting you, oof, ooh. These words also have 2 letters, 2 Arabic letters in it. So if you unintentionally said it, obviously you have to do 2 sajdas of sahv. Intentionally we don't say it, but unintentionally if you said it, you have to do 2 sajdas of sahv at the end of the prayers. Likewise, playing with your hands. You're doing like this, for example, playing with your hand during the salat. Cracking your fingers, second example. If you're cracking your fingers during the salat, or you're playing with your fingers, this is all makruh. Okay, it's makruh to crack your fingers or to play with your fingers. For cracking the fingers? No, this is just makruh. Makruh means if you avoid it qurbatan ila Allah, to seek the nearness of Allah, you get the thawab. If you do it, it's not haram. Likewise, holding your urine or feces, that's makruh during the salat. If you hold on your urine or feces during the salat and praying, salat is not batil, but it's makruh to do that. So also it's important to remember that breaking our prayers, wajib prayers, is not allowed. It's not allowed. Atul salat. And breaking your prayers. So if you bring a wajib prayers, it's not allowed in Islam to break your prayers. Once you start the wajib prayers, you have to continue, finish it. You can do it faster, that's okay, but don't mess up with the wajibat, like nakaraka nakar al-ghurab. Some people are praying so fast, just like a crow, puts his beak like this. So we don't do like this. So we fulfill the wajibat and arkan and of the prayers. So breaking the prayers of wajib prayers is not allowed. You can do it faster, but within a certain limit. Don't go too fast that you mess up with the proper performance of the wajibs and the pillars of the prayers. Don't mess up with the wajib things and the pillars of the prayers. Do all the wajibs and the prayers properly. Breaking of the mustahab fast is allowed. Mustahab prayers is allowed. Mustahab means recommended. Breaking the recommended prayers is, although it's better not to do that, but it is allowed to do it.
For example, سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده اللهم صل على محمد. It's fast.
No, even this Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad, that's mustahab to be said in the ruku or sajda. But in the tashahhud, it's wajib to say. But so in the ruku and sajda, you just say Subhana Rabbiyal A'la wa bihamdih, Subhana Rabbiyal Azim wa bihamdih. That's enough.
If I say this faster, it's allowed. But Subhana Rabbiyal A'la wa bihamdih faster, it's not allowed.
Now you can say that faster too, as long as you are saying it correctly. That's okay. إذا تتلفظ بطريقة صحيحة يعني ليس أن الإنسان إذا يريد يسرع فيتلفظ الكلمات بطريقة خاطئة فعند ذلك تبطل الصلاة وإلا إذا تلفظ الإنسان بطريقة صحيحة حتى لو كان سريعا ولكن يتلفظ بطريق صحيح هذا لا بأس به.
That's wajib or mustahab?
So Subhan Rabbil A'la wa bihamdi you said in the sajda, then you raised your head and you sit. Yani, what do you mean by that? Yani you put a gap in the middle? Tuma'nina? Tuma'nina? Tuma'nina fi salat jayyid jiddan. الطمأنينة في الصلاة ترتبط بخشوع القلب. الإنسان عندما لديه الطمأنينة في الصلاة يعني قلبه يتوجه إلى الله سبحانه وتعالى فهو يلتفت إلى الله فقط. عند ذلك يحدث الطمأنينة فهذا جيد جدا. هذا خشوع القلب شرط لقبولية الصلاة. Well, the situation is different. Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, he came on the back of Rasulullah, and Prophet was about to raise his head from the sajda inside when he was leading the Jamaat prayers, and Allah sends Jibreel asking the Prophet not to raise his head until Hussein gets off himself. So Rasulullah repeated the zikr, the phrase that we say in the sajda, that zikr 70 times, 70 marra, Subhana Rabbi al-A'la wa bihamdi, Subhana Rabbi al-A'la, 70 times, 70. So it's the sunnah of Rasulullah. It depends on the situation. If you want to quickly finish your prayer, so you can go and attend your father, your walid needs your help, for example. So in that case, you will not say it several times, just say the wajib, just once, Subhana Rabbil A'la wa bihamdih, and sit, do tashahhud, salam, and go to your walid, your father, help him. So in that case, when your father needs your help, don't keep on saying Subhana Rabbil A'la wa bihamdih. It's not good because your father needs your help. Just do the wajib and leave the rest and go and help your father. So it depends on the mawrid, which mawrid we are.
Yeah, I have questions. It's better to say Subhana Rabbiyal A'la wa bihamdi, Subhanallah, 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 Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, or Subhana Rabbiyal A'la wa bihamdi, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la wa bihamdi, Salli ala Muhammad wa ali.
Yeah.
What's the best?
Yeah, if we studied that, remember? We studied that in the yeah. So we studied that it's better to say kubra is better than the sughra. Isn't it right? So tasbihatul kubra means Subhana Rabbil A'la wa bihamdih. And so tasbihatul sughra means subhanallah. So it's better to say the kubra as compared to the sughra. So this is, so breaking the salat, if it is wajib, is not allowed, except we already studied those mawarid, 5 places where it's allowed to break the salat, isn't it right? We already studied those 5 places, so if we studied that. So for example, if you can save the life of some person, someone is drowning in water, in river, you can go and save his life. So you in that case, praying become haram. Break your prayers, go and save the life. That's aham, that's more important in the eyes of Allah, to save the life of a mu'min who is drowning in the river. You can save his life, fine, you have to break your prayers, go save his life. For example, we already studied those 5 places where breaking salat is allowed to do that, and some of those 5 it's wajib to do. But in the regular situations, breaking your wajib prayers is not allowed. You can pray it fast within a limit that you do not mess up with the wajibs or the pillars, arkan of the prayers. But breaking the mustahab prayers is allowed, although it's better not to do that. Okay? But it's allowed for us to break our mustahab prayers. For example, nafila. You're praying the nafila prayers. So it's allowed to break the nafila prayers, although it's better that we don't do that. It's what? No, it's neither makruh nor mubah. It's the way the fatwa is written, it does not say makruh or mubah. It says, it says that al-ahwat, which means ihtiyatun istihbabi. So it's ihtiyatun istihbabi not to do that. So breaking the prayers is not jaiz. This is also a term, these are also terms that we use. Sometimes for certain things we say it's haram. Sometimes for certain things we say it's not jaiz, it's not allowed. So these are also terms based on the dalil al-hukm.
Is there a difference between saying that this is haram and this is not jaiz?
Yes, there is a difference.
If I know the salat is batal, I cannot break it and do it again?
No. If the salat is batil, if the salat is batil, you can break it and do it again. Except in some mawarid, very few mawarid, it has been said that you have to complete the salat and then redo it again. But other than one or two mawrid in all the mawarid, if it's batil, you can break it. Yeah. وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وآله الطاهرين. Inshallah, in the next class we'll talk about the shakiyat of the